here with the Black Pacific at Warped Tour 2011. Phoenix. Welcome to the hot.
I can swear, right?
Phoenix. So first of all, how do you guys like to deal with the heat? I mean, do you guys like it like some people, or are you guys really struggling
I'm
with
a bit of a polar bear. I'm from the East Coast, so it's sometimes it's a little, but I'm cool with it. I'm having a blast. You know, when we do what we love for a living, that's mine.
You gotta plan ahead. You gotta pre-hydrate for sure out here. Like,
beer,
if you play later,
whiskey, cigarettes.
What time have you guys already played? What are you guys going on?
7:45 on the Tilly stage.
Oh, all right. So you guys are going on a little bit later.
Yeah,
right?
a little cooler.
So it'll be a tad bit cooler, but you have a lot of dehydrated fans out there, so you guys are going to have to kill it. Yeah. How has the response been so far on Warped Tour 11?
It's been cool. We're getting out there. You know, we're a brand new band, just trying to get our name out there for people. And but the people that do show up have been really fired up, and you know, it's been super fun. We've been doing this a long time. All of us have been on Warped Tour several times. So
yeah.
We know what to expect.
Awesome. And for the listeners and watchers out there, tell us a little bit about your guys' musical style and some of the inspiration behind your guys' music.
Well, I was in a band called Pennywise for years, so we kind of came from the SoCal skate surf punk scene, along with bands like Bad Religion and Rancid, NoFX, and Marcus and Dropkick Murphys. So two bands that have been on the Warped Tour for years and years. So that's the type of music we play. It's got some old school punk and some new school in there as well. And you know, it's the bands like that are few and far between on this tour now, but still there's some great bands out there, and it's cool to see that there's a real wide blend of bands on this version of the Warped Tour. So we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's awesome, and that's one of the things I've been getting the vibe. You know, this is my 4th or 5th Warped Tour experience, and there's a lot of bands and it's like a breeding ground for up and coming bands, and
it's an awesome community that you know just everyone's bobbing around. It's a giant circus of punk rock. You know, who knows? There's country bands on here now, and there's bubblegum pop kids. It's awesome. It's just a wide variety of stuff. And it's just everyone's. It's cool when everyone's friendly. Some people you get the prick every once in a while.
That's me. I usually screw things up for everybody.
But yeah, you know, it's a really cool vibe to be floating around on the tour, the whole country and stuff. You just get that vibe, you know, camaraderie and stuff. So.
Well, it's like you'll just like walking around, you know, you get to see a band you've never heard of. Like there's a band called Bad Rabbits.
Yeah, I just saw this band Bad Rabbits like a little while ago.
It was just like funk and R&B, and like to hear that, and with a bunch of screaming going on there, and then you see all of a sudden there's this R&B band who's just killing it.
Yeah. You
know, so it's cool. Like, hey, I'm a fan. You know, within 5 minutes. So.
Awesome. So you guys are finding bands out here that you didn't know about, and
Gavin likes to call some of the screamo bands what is it, the Fire in the Pet Shop?
Fire. I didn't coin that, but it, you know, I think it's an accurate description sometimes. Trying to be very PC.
I like it. I like everybody wanting to do their own thing or copying somebody else's thing. Whatever you know, if you put your balls out there on the line like that. So excuse me, sorry.
Or your lack of balls.
Balls or lack thereof. You know. So one thing I've been asking a lot of the band, or almost every band actually, it's something that I'm actually working on a piece for, is with recording technology the way it's been going the past 10 years, you know, people being able to record albums on their laptop instead of going to a studio and recording and kind of skipping some processes, or you know, using it as a tool to create as well. What do you think some of the pros and the cons of the new recording technology has for music?
Well, we just did our next album on our iPhones this morning.
Yeah. Okay.
I think there's definitely a lot of pros and cons. Like, it just depends on how you do it. If you're manipulating the music to where you just couldn't pull it off in the studio, but you're like, oh, let's do this. Like, say for drums, for instance, like sometimes you just go through and just break down the song so much to a grid, it's almost like they suck the life out of it, and the dude really can't do that live. But then you go see the band live, and then you're just kind of like, oh, what happened? But then there's other ways. It's like you don't have to have a giant tape machine in your room, and it's pretty quick to make stuff happen. You can have it all right here. here. You can travel with it. So that's the definite upside to it, which definitely needs to be embraced, I think, and it has been. Just the other side of it is where it gets kind of iffy.
Yeah, you just hope like live music and live recording continues. It doesn't get completely thrown off the wayside.
Exactly. Yeah, that's that's actually a big consensus of a lot of the bands here at Warped Tour is some of the bands who are recording albums now have been going into the studio and, like you said, being able to chop and auto-tune and all this stuff, when in the old days, if you couldn't play live, you weren't in the studio at all. If you can't play something live.
There's also one more thing. The way the industry standard has kind of been set since Pro Tools and digital editing and all that came out, everybody expects to hear perfect recordings. The singer to be perfectly in key and the time not to fluctuate at all. And I think it's rad when it's like some techno or something, you want that solid, but when it comes to like rock music or something where you have soul into it, it definitely just right out.
You want to hear the singer inhale and stuff like that.
We're all human, there's no hiding that.
It does suck out the feeling a little bit. But there's some bands like White Stripes and that are doing it really roots, and Foo Fighters I heard did a lot of the record on tape and stuff. So I think there's it's whatever floats your boat. If you want to make your album on an iPad, go right ahead.
Go right ahead, right? And what are I know I heard you guys talk about one band. What are some of the top acts that you guys like on Warped Tour 11 this year?
Larry and his Flash guys are just awesome. They're singing all the way around.
Yeah,
playing right now? Everyone's playing right now.
Great band.
Because of you.
Okay.
No,
I'm missing them because of you.
Right back in my face. Well, let's leave.
All right, hey, let's go. Come on.
We go to an interview at the Airlight Show.
Yeah, we could do an interview. Just stand backstage and.
Against Me is really cool. And who else are
Big D.
The
Menzingers, yeah.
What's with the rock band, like the gnarly rock, Lucera,
yeah. We've actually been hearing a lot of them as well.
I'm not sure, we were discussing what band we saw yesterday while we were doing research. I think it's called the Ready Set. They were like a bubblegum pop band. All the kids were like, but it might not be them.
I'm not sure.
Is that who it is? The kid with the hair that goes like that? Yeah, that's them.
Bad habits.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? And some little girl heard me say like, "Hey, I think I like this," and she was like, "Oh," because I was not 15.
Now, so every artist has their own way of preparing to go on stage. Some like to shotgun beers. Some like to sit and listen to music by themselves. What individually? What do you guys each like to do before you hit the stage to kind of shake out the nerves and prepare mentally for the show?
Tybo. Tybo.
He likes Tybo.
The Nordic track we have on tour. We clunk our heads together and just kind of huddle around and make sure we're in the right game and on the same page.
I like to get mellow. I like to really just because we play really fast, aggressive. Like it's not all really fast, but for some weird reason, I just like to conserve my energy.
It's like to zen out a little bit.
Yeah, do some yoga too, get some stretches on and stuff.
I try to find my picks and tune my guitar. I haven't been playing guitar that much, so I try to find my chords in my tuner. And I haven't been successful. 2 shows I haven't been able to tune my guitar right, so I'm hoping today's the day. Going to be in tune for those last 3 songs. I promise. The Warped Tour, it's going to happen today.
Nice. And as far as do you guys have an album out right now?
Yeah.
And the name of that is
Black Pacific, self-titled on Sidewind Records.
Okay. And of course available through all the normal outlets, iTunes and
for stealing on
torrents and all that stuff.
Can't afford it. It's all.
Have you guys use Spotify at all yet?
No, I've heard about that, and that's another thing that scares me.
What is it?
Spotify.
It's like cloud.
It's been in Europe for
Pandora
a while.
or something.
It's like Pandora, but you can search for any band, any song, and just play it. And it's like a membership for $5 a month.
It's basically going to
making us
kill
broke.
the music industry.
Yeah, it's
It's
one of those things,
because
you know?
the thing is, I mean, I hate to be a hater, but it's going to be a situation now where you don't need to buy records because you can just stream them now for a monthly fee. And that monthly fee ain't going to come to us.
And he's working on something that basically you're going to just upload it in your head soon and you won't even have to use it.
Yeah. And, you know, like one of the things that I, you know, want to make clear, and I'm sure you guys do as well, just to support your favorite bands, is to go out and buy the different copies of their records and stuff like that.
I just like having shit in my hand. I like to look at it, you know.
As a music fan, that's what you do.
Exactly.
Like, you think this band is cool, you buy the biggest version of that record.
Every time I see Highway to Hell in the record store, I go, I want to buy that again. I've purchased it so many times because it gets scratched.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you can't afford it, like, you know. Get a job. I would much rather. Get a job, and after you steal it years later, buy something real cool. Or just, I don't know.
Buy 5 T-shirts.
I mean, enjoy the music. That's the most important thing. It's like, just you want everybody to enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Support the bands.
Yeah, support all the bands. Now, are you guys doing a vinyl release?
Yep, we released color vinyl, Liberty Green version.
Awesome. Because I buy all my band's records on vinyl.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just the sound that I like and everything, and I know a lot of people that I've talked to like the same thing, like the vinyl releases and stuff like that. So I'm glad to hear that you guys did that. And are you guys next stop in San Diego, correct?
Yeah, and we have the rest of the world tour. Then we go to Europe to do Ready and Lead with the pop, and then we go with Rolling Up for Rise Against and flying Molly up in Canada. So we got a lot more touring.
Awesome. You guys are going to be touring for obviously pretty much the rest of this year, correct?
Off and on, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, it was great talking with you guys. Make sure and check their album out on iTunes.
Please don't steal it.
And all the normal, go pick it up on vinyl. That's what I did. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for the interview. For me on the Silver Tongue Online.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys.
Black Pacific, check it.